Long ago, in the rolling hills near Ur, Abraham was a man respected among his people, a keeper of flocks, a son of his father's line, and a dweller in a land he called home. One night, the quiet of his tent was pierced by a call unlike any other. God himself spoke to him, saying, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you. I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you." Abraham's heart raced with uncertainty, for the land ahead was foreign, and the promises seemed greater than any vision he had held for himself. Yet, in the cold light of dawn, Abraham gathered his family, his servants, and all that he owned. He set out, no map, only faith guiding each step. His neighbors shook their heads, some mocking, others merely puzzled, for who could leave such security for the sake of a distant voice? As Abraham wandered to Canaan, life was hardly easy. There were moments of hunger during famine, threats from powerful kings, and disputes over wells. Each challenge was met, not with cunning, but with trust that the God who called him would also provide. When Pharaoh's favor brought wealth, Abraham did not claim it as his cleverness, but saw it as blessing that followed obedience. Time passed, and Abraham's flocks multiplied. Silver and gold filled his tents. Servants and shepherds tended him. Yet, more than these external riches, Abraham's greatest treasure was the assurance that God was with him, guiding, protecting, and expanding his influence for a purpose beyond himself. He built altars in each new place, an act of worship and remembrance of who prospered him. Years later, people from distant lands spoke in awe not just of Abraham's fortune, but his unique peace and open-handedness. Travelers fed at his table. Neighbors found justice in his courts. Even in the dispute with his nephew Lot, Abraham offered a generous solution, letting Lot choose first because he believed God would provide either way. Abraham's wealth, then, was not simply for self-indulgence, but a resource for mercy and justice. Abraham's blessing did not end with riches. It grew into a legacy. Generations would remember him as the father of faith, and God's promise through him would bless all peoples. Like Abraham, when we trust God and faithfully walk where he leads, though uncertain at times, he positions us not only for provision but to change the world around us. Prosperity, then, is never only about riches, but about being blessed to be a blessing. The Christian teaching of this story is, faith-filled obedience unlocks God's blessings, not just for ourselves, but so that we may act as instruments of his mercy in the lives of others. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you.